Your artwork is so bad, I can talk for hours about it. Hello, so in today's video we're going to talk about how your art is actually beautiful and you should acknowledge that, and if you don't, then I will, because it's important. As you know, there is, I guess, a genre of videos called roasting your art, and I was like, why not do the opposite? So on my Twitter, which you should go follow, I asked people like, give me your art, I will say that it's good, or if you want I can also critique it. So yeah, I will do both in this video, and let's go. One thing to mention is that I'm not talking about how to redo your artwork. I'm talking about how to make it better as it already exists. Because in a lot of artworks, not in a lot, but in some, there's problems with things like anatomy, composition, but I can just adjust some things that will already give your artwork a great boost. And like, it's obvious that you need to learn like anatomy and stuff. It's obvious, so I'm not really talking about that. And to be honest, I don't want to sit and teach about how anatomy works, because I know how it works on a like more intuitive level, and for really good knowledge you can come to a lot of different creators like Proko. Let's start with this beautiful artwork. It's done by this person on Twitter, and like, it's beautiful. It's so good. I love the colors, I love the vibe, I love the kind of villainous, even creepy, oh my god, I will say that again, but creepy vibe about it. The eyes, I love how they don't have a shine, and something about it just gorgeous. The textures, the brush strokes are amazing, and once again the characters themselves are beautiful. Oh my English, okay. So what did I do with this artwork? I added a bit more contrast, or a lot, I guess. Like, when you create an artwork, even if it's very simple, you should always remember about the composition and where is the most important part of it. So in this case, the most important part is obviously the face. But I think the little like feathers, the brush strokes on the face kind of distract from it a bit. And yeah, if you zoom out, you see the difference between the lighted part of the face and the part in the shadows. But what you can do with it is intensify it, and it will immediately make it seem more even creepy. Like, I didn't do the markings because it's easy to do. I was just focused on the whole face shape and face structure and stuff. So I got rid of a lot of small feathers, small details, which you did beautifully. But in case of the face, I think they were a bit distracting, because when you look at the body, there's a lot of those details, and contrast is not only about colors, values and stuff, it's also about detailing. So don't forget to make the most important parts of the artwork more detailed, so to elevate the closest part to the viewer of the face, that will be the nose nose line. I added more details, and I also added the darker part, I guess, not to be like a dummy, but maybe it's called like the Terminator, I guess. Okay, anyways, that's what I added. Also, I worked a bit on the structure of the face because with those brush strokes you had, it lost a bit of the volume, like shape and stuff. And if you zoom out, you see how the hand is like, you don't really understand what it is. So I added the red light on it and a bit of reflections. Maybe it lost in the material part, but I think it's more clear right now. So that is it, and I hope you like it. I hope it was useful, and to be honest, I can say so many things about what I did. But every time I try to record, it's like too much because I saw so many irrelevant but kind of relevant things. It's not like your artwork is so bad I can talk for hours about it. No, your artwork is really good. I can just talk for hours about stuff. Okay, so yeah, beautiful artwork. I'm a fan. Okay. This artwork is done by a beautiful person who is so supportive. Like, thank you. Thank you so much for being so supportive, and like, you're one of the followers whom I remember by your nickname. I'm sorry, like, I don't remember it now on top of my head, but anyways, I know you, I remember you, and thank you so much. Things that I love about your art is how detailed, how precise it is. It has so many small things, and when I look at it, I just know that you put a lot of thoughts in every little detail, and it's great. Like, your line work is really good. You know when to put line weight, you utilize it. It's a really good technique. Some people don't really utilize, but you do, and it's real good. Your colors, like particularly in this artwork, they are so yummy. I love it. I love how the goat character is warm, and you chose such a bright and kind of cold color, and it creates such a great contrast. The colors are amazing, and especially the tongue. You're really good with colors, and how you know that, obviously, the background color will reflect on the character, and it creates a really good atmosphere. Okay, so onto the things that I would adjust. I praised your ability to do everything so delicately, but at the same time, sometimes it can hold people back. Don't forget that your artwork, people who just, I guess, look at your artwork on their phones won't see a lot of the details. Just once again, zoom out and check everything out. Those beautiful highlights, and a lot of really good things are just lost if you zoom out. And when you do, the artwork becomes flat. So I just added a lot more contrast to it. So also I added a bit more how do I call it, aerial perspective or something like that. At least okay, let's use that. Okay, so it's a technique I use a lot. I just kind of slap the background color on some less important parts of the artwork, and they go into the background. So once again, it's about contrast and bringing the most important things to the front and back to the viewer. And what else did I do? I added a lot more contrast on the nose, the lips and stuff, and with already existing colors you used, which are beautiful. I can eat them. I added a more bold highlight on the nose, and I love to draw noses, like animal noses, with this highlight, because it's the most satisfying part, okay? What else did I do? I added more reflections from the background and a bit of a highlight on the eye. I wanted to add a white highlight, but I think it's kind of no, it doesn't work here. And yeah, that's that. There's not a lot of things to adjust. Once again, just be bold, be more bold, and don't be afraid to do it. Like some people are, because I guess it can be messy, but it's better to be messy and fix it after than have an artwork that is good only when you zoom in, which is not true. Your artwork is great. Like, I'm so afraid some of my words will seem rude, but please, they're not. Also, you asked about the background, and I think it's good as it is, but I have a lot of love for floating heads in white space with a slapped on background of a different color, and so I did it, and I will just add some more examples of what I do, which is put a random, not really random, like something that's kind of empathize the composition, put it here, and boom, done, I guess. Anyways, love your art. Thank you so much. The next artwork is done by this person, and also I will link everyone I reviewed in the description of this video, and go check the artworks and subscribe to them and to me also. Okay, so this artwork uses, I guess, a technique, or I don't know if you can even call it like that, but I really like it. And by that I mean, I presume you took a photo of a traditional artwork, of a sketch on paper, and just colored it in some program, which is a really great thing. Like, I loved to do that when I could, but I just don't draw traditionally anymore. But I should. Anyways, like, why do I like it? It adds texture. It adds even, I would say, some shading, because of the pencil strokes and stuff. Like, I like it. I really like it. Like, textures are underrated, and it's really good to use them and this technique. Because especially some people, when they get into digital art, if they have like a tablet without a screen, it might be a bit difficult. So by using that technique, you can, more easily adjust to it, because coloring might be a bit easier than sketching and lining, but lining is not required, okay? Lining is, I dare to say it, yes, is overrated, okay? So you don't understand how much fun I had while drawing on top of y'all's art, because I don't have to draw my own art. I can just do yours. I've stumbled a bit in a art block state, and I'm not happy with my art right now, but I guess I can make you happy with your art. I hope so. Anyways, things that I did are pretty easy. Oh my god, I should have saved layers, but I didn't. Okay, at least I have a time lapse. So, once again, contrast. Really important thing. I will call them that again, but I added the Terminator lines on the hands, so they will be brought up to the viewer better. And I cleaned up the face a bit. Like, I'm sorry I got rid of some of the yellow lines, but it was just convenient, okay? It was a bit intentional, but I didn't get rid of them because, they look bad, just because it's easier, okay? Oh my god, I talk really fast and I get out of breath, oh my god. Okay. What did I do? I made the face a bit more white and added more color. So, and I added more structure. The nose, for example, I gave it a bit of more real human nose structure, but I guess it's a mask, so it's not necessarily right, but that's what I did, okay? Things that I did next. Once again, adding a lot more contrast. I added more... I added more contrast, okay? And things that I love and a lot of people love, and this is a very important advice. If you don't know what to do with your artwork and how to make it look better, just add rim light. It will make it look better, you know. It just will. And to be honest, when I add it, it's because it's so fun. It's really fun. So that's what I did, and that's what I think you kind of tried to do. You added a lot of lines on different parts, and you certainly had really good and right idea of kind of adding contrast and outlining things that kind of stick together too much. But like, it didn't work in some places, okay? Once again, I'm really trying not to be offensive, but as I get tired, I get more badly blunt, okay? I'm sorry about that. Okay, so I added the rim lights, and boom, like, you have this. But also you can see how I kind of changed or adjusted the background. I added a bit more color. I used a lot of effects, mainly because it's very fun. I use gradient maps, color aberration, I guess, and I added noise. Noise works great, okay? Noise is a really good thing, adds texture. Texture is great, okay? And the next artwork we have is done by this person, who you once again see on screen, and it's of a character from Deltarune, whose name I don't remember. And let's start with some nice things. So, I use this too much, but I like the vibe. I like how you use the pinks, because the greens and the pinks are quite on the opposite color spectrum, like places, so they're very contrasting, and the blue on the background is especially adding to the color palette, making the pink details stand out more, and especially how you place them is pretty good. Like the blade leads us to the face, and like compositionally is like it's a right thing to do, to lead the viewer to the most important parts of the artwork. artwork. And I like the emotion this character has. Like, I don't know, there is some melancholy, but some readiness to battle, I guess. Like, it's a really good expression, and overall it's a pretty good, solid artwork. And like, the lines are very clean, very good, which is pretty hard to do, especially with this kind of brush. But it's good, really good job. Okay, let's get into the critique. Like, overall, the colors and the like silhouette is very readable, which is good. But I decided to add a gradient, which I like now, I guess, and I added a bit of a bluish tint to the whole work to kind of dull down some of the colors, so I could add some more light and like put some lighter areas after, so we will see more structure in the face and some other parts. Also, I gave some metallic feel to the shoulder piece and to the glove, which is closer to us, and I added more detail and shine to the blade. Like, I added some more material feel to everything, and like with the technique that you used, meaning the like the brush without any texture and stuff, it can be pretty hard to show what material the things are made of, and like make them look not like pool toys, like pool toys. Okay, so to like not do that, you can add some small hatch marks, or like you see how I made kind of zigzag lines, and I added a lot of light and I guess shine on the hair, so it will kind of have more form, like yeah. Okay, also one thing that I really enjoy to do is to I do it with my artworks, and that's just really good, I guess, technique. You just draw the iris in the shadow, like you draw it darker than it's supposed to be, and you use the actual color as the highlight of the iris, and obviously you draw on the eye shine and stuff, and it looks more alive, and the pink especially just jumps out more. Yeah, I added some small things. I colored the line art a bit because I think it looks better, and I personally not a fan of using just black for line art. When I sketch, I usually use either dark red or dark blue, because like it's fun. Later I color it in with some more like some color which helps the illustration. But anyways, it's just more fun drawing with not black colors, I guess. Next artwork we have is of a character from My Hero Academia, and let's get into things that I like, which are usage of a texture brush, which is like a really good thing to do. I love texture brushes, and they're really fun to use. And the thing that I most enjoy is the expression and the pose. The expression is fantastic. If I remember correctly, you just nailed the character really good, and the pose, like, it's so fun. The anatomy in some parts is not good, but it's fine. like, the most important thing about it is that you clearly put a lot of effort, and I think you did pretty good. But once again, next time use references and don't be afraid to snap a photo of yourself. Like, it's pretty easy. I usually do that because I started drawing some pose and I like it, but then I don't find the exact reference I want, so I just take a photo of myself. Like, a lot of the times my body type is not really the body type that I draw on the character that I draw, okay? But it doesn't matter. So just don't be afraid to do that, okay? Like, once again, the expression is great, and like the how the clothes move is really good also. Like, great job on that. Like, you nailed the character. I love the expression, it's so fun. Okay, let's get into the critique. One thing I need to mention is that I colored in the line art, which was not really intentional, but once again, use colored line art, not just black. Okay, so what I did here, I added a background and I made the background black. Then I just took a screenshot from a Boku no Hero video, and I just added it in, and Gaussian blurred it a bit, so it looks fine. Like, don't be afraid to take a photo or an existing background. Just don't steal anyone's artwork. Things like taking a screenshot from a show is pretty fine, I think. Also, you can just overdraw it a bit, so it will fit your style better. Okay, what next? I added a bit of a foreground. It's a, I guess, style, or once again a technique that I really like. Just like a flat background and a bit of a foreground spilling into the foreground, I guess. Obviously, I also added the shadow from the body, and I added more shadow and lights because obviously from the electricity, I guess, there will be a lot of light and it will create a very bold and crisp shadows. So I added them, and it immediately gave a lot of atmosphere and lets us know where is the most important part of the artwork is, which is, I think, the face, because it's a human. Most likely the face will be the most important part. Okay, what did I do next? Well, shadows, lights, yeah. Okay, I also made the electricity a bit more bright and vibrant, because previously it looks a bit like too white. Don't be afraid to use effects and layer styles, or however they are called correctly. Like, experiment with them, have fun. Sometimes it might come out too effecty, like sometimes you can use too much effects, but when you're learning, or even if you're not learning, it's fine, okay? And yes, I guess that's it. Good job, and I hope that helped you. Let's talk about some artworks that asked just for some love and stuff. So the first one is of 4 characters who look very different, which is like the first thing that I see, how different they are. And even though there are elements which overlap, like with the 2 bird characters, they have the kind of the same nose style, I guess, or beak, but still you basically use an upturned triangle and downturned triangle, which like gives them like the opposite vibes, and the expressions are also really good. I really like it. And I presume the ladies are also looking very good and looking evil, as I like. Like, great job, great like style, great expressions. Mwah. And the next art we have is gorgeous. I love the vibes. I love the word also. Sorry for using the same words, but what can I do, okay? Anyways, this is a very good artwork because the emotion, the expression, I don't know, there is some despair in it, there is sadness, but like the character looks like they also accept what's happening, I guess. And I love it. I love the character, I guess, storytelling aspect of it. So it's really good. Also, you added the the lights from the water, which looks really good, and the hair flows, so it's like it looks like the character is underwater. The colors, the glowing eyes and the blue hair kind of framing her face makes us look at it. So like it's a very good thing because it immediately makes us look at her face. Good job. This artwork is amazing. Like what else can I say? Like, I love the composition and the vibrancy and how kind of complementary the two characters are. In one side there is more, I guess, sharks, water sharks coming from a bluish cold places, and the other is so vibrant with tea and a golden book, and it's just like I want to know what's the story behind it, and it's one of the things that is very important about character art. Like, you also added so many textures, and the faces are amazing. Like, look at them, they look quite different, and I especially like the one who's in the blue corner. Just amazing, like, great job. Okay, so that's the end. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope I'll see you soon next time. Don't forget to subscribe, comment, and like, and don't forget to follow my Twitter, on which you might, participate in a post where I will ask you to show me your art, and I will say some nice things about it in a video. So go follow me on Twitter also. And once again, thank you so much. Have a good day, night, or anything else. Mwah.